Happy New Year 2025, Aries. What a year we're going to have. All right, I'm going to do this read a little differently. But first, your past life oracle. Aries, what's the thread that you're working on? Wars and battles. Wow, how appropriate is this? No offense, just because Mars is your ruling planet, right? So, how do we handle those? And has it changed, right? The wars, the battles, not only between others that are external to us, but what about the wars and battles within, right? Is it worth fighting for? Has it been worth fighting for? What have been the fights? What have you had to stick up for? What has not been fair? And how are we going to handle it? Okay, 3 cards for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. 2024 on the left, 2025 on the right. Let's see what we're dealing with and then what we're going into. So when one door closes, this is 2024. Wow, you have all money here. Oh my God. Wow. 2024, 2025. It's like your money sector is just great, right? 2025. Okay. I will pull a couple of other cards to clarify what's going on over there. Okay, some of you are single moms and or dads, right? Working really hard. So this 2024 has been all about work. Not just about how you make your money. I mean, obviously that's important. Your job is important. Making money to feed the kids, to feed yourself, to maybe move, choosing to move, upgrading and or refurbishing your home inside and out. Because the things that we value that are external also are representations of what's internal, right? So we have found a lot of peace, which is beautiful with the morning dove right here. That's the Holy Spirit. So you have been blessed, Aries, with working hard and receiving the fruits of your labor. Now, that's, for some of you, it's literally the physical fruits of your labor where you are stocking away money for a home, to buy a home. I think I mentioned that in one of your reads, prior reads. However, work's been really good to you. Money has been really good for you. And most importantly, the things that matter most and value the most, what we love and value the most, gives us great peace, inner peace, and shows us how beautiful taking this beautiful mother of pearl, it's like I'm being told the small things are the things that matter. So you also have learned during this year of working your butt off that it's the little things that count. It's the little things that you have noticed are becoming more important to you, right? Like, my home is my sanctuary. Whatever size home, it doesn't matter. The little things. Maybe some of you love pearls. Maybe you just got pearls for the holidays. But I also feel that you value the small things in life. It's not necessarily, but not excluding those things that really do, like, you know, it's kind of like, you know what? It's the garden that I grow. It's the flowers that I plant. It's the animals in Mother Earth, Mother Nature. It's the birds. It's all of Mother Earth that shows me that the simple things in life truly need not be, exorbitant purchases. I feel that you have learned also that it's not easy, right, to make the good money that you've made. So you're not going to go wasting. You're going to invest wisely, and or you have already. Okay, right? So you could be very, very comfortable financially and saving your money. Making money, saving money. Some of you might have gotten a new job the new year, or a raise, a promotion. You could have gotten a payout. You could have, like I did say before, you could have sold your home, or you're saving to buy your home. Some of you have been counting your pennies, which means the simple things in life. You're making really good bank, but you're also not stupid. Now, we have those people in 2025 that are going to give you a run for your money, let's say, which they're going to be jealous. Some of you are going to have people that are going to reach out and say, wow, Aries, where did you get that new house? How did you pay for that? It's no one's business. You might be also, okay, I'm going to say it because I heard it, some of you thinking that living up to the Joneses is kind of like you're on the precipice of, do I really want to do that? So how are you going to choose? How are you going to choose closing the door of financial security and abundance? Some of you being single parents, right? And really caring for your home, and the sanctuary of within is without. And here, the choice that you may be making is to ignore the, those people who are getting up in your business, or they're watching your social media and they're saying, wow, Aries, purchased some big ticket items, right? People are just jealous. People get like that when you are successful. It's going to happen. Some of you could be realtors. I've said that before, and Aries would be good in real estate for sure. Not that we're all not good sellers, but Aries, you're very, you pinpoint a lot of good things in a home. You find the small mother of pearl details that others don't look at, right? Which you may be doing. Some of you are searching for, right, far and wide. Maybe you're moving, the location that you're moving is a little further out. Not necessarily too far out, like maybe it's 2 hours away from where you used to live. But the thing is, if you are looking, do your research. You do need to make, the choice that you're going to make is going to be for the long term. So you don't want to, not dot your I's and cross your T's. I do feel that you may have some people who are, other than those who are maybe jealous, but I also feel that this depicting a 5 is about, you know what, I need to change the way that I think about maybe where I want to live, how I want to live. Again, you're closing the door with great abundance and prosperity. the new choices, the choices for the new year are going to change your, perhaps, belief systems and ideologies to lend itself more to, you know what, I do want to move into a place where I'm going to be really comfortable in. Not that I'm not here, but I don't need a big house. I need to be comfortable. And what I really need is, for some of you, you want land and not paying, exorbitant taxes, right? And also knowing that the peace that you're going to find are with the people that you're going to, be together with, making memories. So changing your belief systems, maybe at one time, Aries, you were like, I really want that big new car or fancy car or luxury, or I really want the big house and the white picket fence, the American dream. But I do feel that some of you are really choosing otherwise. You're looking more to how you're going to save your money. Some of you, if you're a single parent, saving this money is important for the future of your kids, what have you. So in that regard, that's just a simple matter of mathematics, not being so simple because college costs a fortune, depending on how many kids you have. So there's a lot to unravel. But what you want to make sure with that Five of Swords, which I'm going to clarify right now for you, is that the choices that you make are location, location, location. What's the long-term vision? Truly. I don't want to spend a whole lot. I am thinking I may really choose to go a little further out, maybe a little further than I thought I would. Further out meaning like 2, 3, even 4 to 5 hours away, like LA to Palm Desert. That's 3 hours, San Diego, 3 hours. I'm using LA as an example, but Chicago, Wisconsin, that kind of thing, Midwest style. Indiana, there's different places that they're going to give you what you really want. And that's probably the thing about this Five of Swords is you may need to either, well, let's just see. I feel like it's going to be it's kind of like up for grabs as to you and your person. If you are either single or you're with someone, I do have someone with you here that you're both working toward the same goal, right? So if you're walking into it single, even more reason to be crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because you need to make sure that before you sign any paperwork, contracts, whatever, on a home or anything else regarding investments, regarding anything to do with your money, and the time put in the time. That's what Spirit's saying. Put in the time if you're looking for a place. Put in the time if you're relocating. All right, Five of Swords for Aries. So if you are single, right, you left someone or they left you, who really did not see the value. They didn't appreciate what you brought to the table. Some of you, it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that you are no longer, maybe you were living with someone, and that person, let me just put these here for a minute, and that person, you fought too much, you didn't have the same beliefs when it came to investing, what to do with your money, how to spend it. Maybe you wanted the bigger house and they didn't, or vice versa. So if you are single, there was fighting going on and not having the same beliefs with this other person. Yeah, you're not talking to them. Okay? You have not been communicating with this person. And we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio reversed. Someone was definitely argumentative, okay? Emotionally distant. I'm sorry, Aries, but some of you, if you do have a rising or moon, or maybe you're an Aries moon and you have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio sun and or rising, look where Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio may fall in your chart, because this is emotional manipulation. This is emotional distance, like someone was not really in it to really be in it, you know. Maybe the fights became more prevalent because the choices of how different, the differences in the choices of how do we live, how do we like, who gets together and you live with someone. No one says, okay, well, I shop with coupons, or I look for the best deals, whatever. I mean, it's similar, but not. Some people like, you know, to use coupons, or if you don't, you like to go on a Tuesday to the market, and you know that they stock or they put stuff on sale. Do you know what I mean? So these are the things that we disagree on. If you were disagreeing with someone, and it became more prevalent as time went by, to the point where it distanced. Emotional distance doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means we don't see eye to eye here. We don't. And we're fighting over like stupid stuff, like what kind of soap to buy for the kitchen. Or, you know, I'm going to go and get, I don't know, steaks from Costco or Jewel or whatever, Ralph's, right? And I'm going to purchase the steak that's the cheapest, because that's how I roll. And when it comes, it was all about money. The money became the source of contention. And that's what breaks people apart. Right? I mean, what do they say? Who cares what they say? But, you know, the consensus, statistically speaking, for divorce and or not working out with, you know, with someone, marriage or not, just living together, right? It's not even as much the time that you spend together, but the difference is that when you are moved in together with someone, you're like, holy shit. You know, why aren't you picking up after yourself? So now we have a choice, right? Moving into 2025, is the choice, which I'm going to look at here for Aries, is this a choice now that Aries you're making to reach out? Look. So have you had time, or it could be vice versa, have they had time to sit with themselves over the course of the end of the year to say, all right, well, you know, what do I want? I want a conversation. I want to talk to you. Someone's going to say, I want to talk to you. If they have reached out already, then we're right on point. because I am closing the door right now into 2024, into 2025. We want to have a conversation. They're choosing, or you're choosing, let's talk about it because I miss you. Well, okay, that's all fine and good. Someone is clearly missing you, and or you're missing them. But what's going to change? Let's see. See what I'm saying? Look at that. Someone is saying, listen, I'm missing you. I've had time to think about it. I want another chance with you. You with them. That's Zeusy. They're sleeping. Or Chocolate. One of them sleeping. But if you're in a Three of Pentacles situation, right? Is someone saying, I won't spend as much time working and more time with you? Am I going to make an effort, or am I going to make a Three of Pentacles effort? How am I going to, like, what is this? Three of Pentacles, right? Look at Seven of Swords reversed. So someone understands that they put work in front of getting to know you, or coming home at a reasonable time, or wanting to have dinner with you, and or not wanting to fight any longer about, you know, the little shit. The little shit adds up, just like bills add up. This is someone who says, you know, I wasn't valuing. I do have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but I don't feel this is what we're doing here. I feel this is you saying, you know what? I grew up, some of you, if it's you or the other person, right? I grew up realizing in my family that money was difficult to come by. It wasn't easy. We grew up in a real frugal household. Let's just say you or this other person, right? And so I believe they're saying to you, or this conversation is going to be about that. The fact that I wasn't my father, I'm seeing it as a father figure. My father was never home. And I took that kind of work ethic, right? These are beliefs. Emotionally, a father figure, or it's you, wasn't around, or you're the feminine with your ex-husband or whatever, an ex. And the masculine was emotionally distant, never home, always working, and put in very little time and effort into a relationship, and they want to talk about it. Or you do. They're watching on social media. They're wondering what you're doing, maybe wondering even if you replace them or you're with someone else. So they're curious, right? They want to know. So when we look at this, walking into the new year, if this is you, like when we look at the past life as war and battles, I mean, this battle is, right, has definitely come into play in your read, because that thread of battling what you believe in to be, well, this is how I grew up, and we never had a sit down to talk about how I grew up and how maybe my father wasn't around a lot and was emotionally distant and only, building a future for me as an Aries child to, you know, to live a good life or to have the things that I have or what I've grown up with and or what I haven't grown up with. So the struggle, Aries, was either you say, I don't want to be like my dad, even if you're masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Are you taking the thread of, you know, being emotionally despondent, never around, never home, always out working, noticing that's an issue and noticing it now that you need to have a convo? Let's have a sit down and talk about it, because that is something that, you know, maybe this is the thread that has gone through a couple of relationships. Financial issues are the I didn't say that, right? It's usually my head's like head spinning. Usually the break up of relationships statistically are about finances and sex, and or sex, or both. Look at that. Someone's coming in quick. I think it's you. I think it's you coming in quick. Look at childhood, the wounding of childhood, growing up in that environment of a father who's emotionally distant and always worried about money and how they're going to, you know, create this, you know, the old image of I bring home the money and stuff like that, you know. And like I said, if a child's or children are involved, excuse me, one or two, let's just say you're with someone who has a child, you're a single mom, and you're planning on having another one. So financially, you're really working hard, trying to keep not up with the Joneses, but for some of you, you're trying to really make as much money as you can, so that, because you know you're going to be, or you think you're going to be spending a lot of money. It does cost money to raise children, right? Aside from just the education. So yeah, there's a contention of how I believed one grew up and the other did not grow up in the same type of environment. Someone grew up with a father figure that was absent and or always working, emotionally absent, and always, you know, trying to make that money. Not saying they don't have it, or the other person has it. Do you see what I'm saying? So obviously there's an imbalance of financial, you know, the fight, the Five of Swords is the fight worth fighting for when someone grew up completely different than the other? You know, like, okay, so someone doesn't go to Costco, they go to Whole Foods. I mean, you know, that's like just an example, but honestly, you know, that's a racket. You know, some of those prices at Whole Foods it's a racket. You know that, and I do, that even anything that organic or whatever, they're, you know, they jack up the prices. It's not just Whole Foods, but hey, that's where it's predominantly being seen as, you know, those who go shopping at Whole Foods. You know what I mean? And then you have Costco, where, okay, it's great prices, but all of the recalls, there's been a recent recall in Costco, chicken or something was going on. So that's what's happening, as you walk into 2025, Aries, you and or the other person is going to want to reach out and have that conversation about the differences growing up and how, you know, like, how are we going to compromise here? And where is the compromise? All right, this is the Mother Earth cards, but I do want to pick one card, a love relationship card for Aries. This one. Okay, and let's see what that is for the majority. Is give your relationship a chance. Do you see what I'm saying? Someone wants you back. Someone wants to talk about these differences. And another difference, because I see the Knight of Wands, the difference also could be an age, there's an age gap. And why does that make a difference? You know why? Because someone, you know, it could be as simple as this. Someone believes in shopping, you know, have their groceries delivered to the house and never getting, you know, never leaving, versus let's go shopping together and make choices that we'll both want, versus let me make a list. You know what I mean? There's so many compromises. So Spirit's saying, for those that this relates to, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. If this bodes true for you, there are ways to compromise. Okay, sanctuary. Oh, we said our home is our sanctuary, within and without, which is right here. So let's merge the inner with the outer. Even if you aren't missing, you may be missing someone and want to have a convo. Right, I get it. But if you're single and you have no intentions, or you have no one in your sphere of, this could be an ex that may reach out to you saying, listen, I've had a chance to think about it, you know, etc. But even if there's no one that you choose to look back on or what have you, this is about working on your own image of how you value yourself from the inside out, how you are seen, and not caring about, when you walk into 2025, not caring about what others think, right? If I want to go and buy an expensive whatever, I shouldn't have to explain myself, right? Because Aries does what Aries wants to do. But this could be an inner battle, a struggle of, well, now walking in, right? In 2024, it was like, yeah, hey, no problem. I got the money. I got a great job. I'm going to do it, right? Then 2025 comes in and you're like, oh, do I really need that? Should I really reassess the things that do matter and what I do value? Is it changing your trajectory, your belief systems, what you have always grown up thinking? For some, it's a relationship, but either way, it's inner and outer. The inner self and the outer self. And if it is not physically a person, it is about loving ourselves within and without. The masculine and feminine need to come to some kind of a compromise as to what we show up on the external. Does it match the internal? Okay. And that has been, it seems like, a contention for, you know, I don't know, for how long? Maybe up to 5 years. Someone's been like, you know, this is how I grew up. It's hard to change the way that I think, right? Why do I say that? Because that's why they call it a mindset. A mindset is set on certain beliefs that I grew up in, and it's really hard to change. That's why the Five of Swords comes in. I need to change the way that I think about that stuff. Maybe the way I shop, maybe the way I spend money, maybe the way that I need to save more money, and maybe how I get emotionally detached when it comes to money. It's very prevalent walking into the new year. Your Bible verse is Psalm 16:11. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. So you make known, you are aware of what path you choose in life, and know that Spirit's saying the path that fills you with joy the most is one of the great presents that life has to offer, and the external pleasures, which it says eternal pleasures, at your right hand. So it is about, what do you find as eternal pleasures or external pleasures in your hands? The joy is yours to choose, whichever that is. But I do feel that you are definitely changing the way that you choose the joy that fills your hands. I feel that it's not just about the external things that we accumulate. I feel that you're changing that trajectory in the next year. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful new year with many blessings and the miracles of the Holy Spirit. Have a great month, and I'm here for you. Take care.